Ikaris is the leader of the Eternals, and he is set to make his MCU debut in the upcoming Eternals movie. Richard Madden of Game of Thrones will play the character, and it is interesting that another Game of Thrones star, Kit Harrington, will too appear in the movie as the Black Knight. But in this video we are going to talk about Ikaris, his origin and powers, and since he is confirmed to have a major role in the movie and also in the MCU going forward, we'll also take a look at what he is truly capable of and what to expect of him in the upcoming Eternals movie. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Ikaris first appeared in the comic books Eternals #1 in July 1976 and was created by Jack Kirby. So he has been around since the very inception of the Eternals race in the Marvel Comics. Ikaris' life force is augmented by the cosmic energy, and he has total mental control over his physical form and his bodily processes, even when he is asleep or unconscious. As a result, he is virtually immortal, immune to disease and aging, and invulnerable to conventional forms of injury. However, if he gets injured by some archaic weapons, he is fully capable of regenerating himself, like the Incredible Hulk. Ikaris has basically unlimited stamina thanks to the cosmic energy. So even though beings like Thor and Captain Marvel can get exhausted after a taxing fight, Ikaris can continue to the next battle as if it were his first. Ikaris is able to fly via self-levitation at approximately 850 miles an hour, a rate of speed most of the other Eternals can't match. So 850 miles an hour might not sound like much, but it's supersonic speed. Although we have reasons to believe that Captain Marvel can definitely fly faster than that, but we are not sure about that. Ikaris also has low level of psychic abilities, enabling him to scan the superficial thoughts of any mind that is inferior to him. He can mentally create illusions so as to disguise himself. Ikaris can also psionically manipulate atoms and molecules so as to transform an object into something completely different. However, Ikaris is only on second level on a 5-level scale, and the only Eternal that stands at the highest level at matter manipulation is Sersi, who is going to be the lead protagonist of the Eternals movie. So even though Ikaris is the leader of the race, there are other Eternals who are far better than him in certain aspects of cosmic power. Although Ikaris is virtually resistant to any physical damage, but in case he needs to protect others, he can also rearrange molecules in air so as to create a virtually impenetrable shield. Ikaris can project cosmic energy in form of beams from his eyes or beams and flashes from his hands. This cosmic energy, stored in specialized enclaves of cells in his body, can be used as a force, heat, light, and possibly other forms of electromagnetic energy. Ikaris can project a maximum concussive force of at least 260 pounds per square inch. He can project heat of maximum temperature of at least 3000 Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt iron, and it takes him only about a minute to attain this maximum temperature. Because Ikaris' heat beams can vaporize solid objects, they are often called disintegrator beams. Ikaris is a 4th level adept on a 5th level scale in this discipline. The expenditure of cosmic energy in this way continually for several hours will temporarily deplete Ikaris' physical strength, but not his resistance to injury, although it will temporarily increase his sensitivity to pain. Ikaris can teleport himself psionically but prefers not to do so, since like other Eternals, he finds the self-teleportation process to be physically unpleasant. Along with other Eternals, Ikaris had at one point also managed to capture the Silver Surfer. Now that's all you need to know about his powers and abilities. Now let's talk about his backstory and origin a bit. Ikaris chose his name due to a tragic accident hundreds of years ago. While fighting the Deviants in ancient Greece, he meets and gets married to a human. Together they have a son named Ikaris, who loved to explore the seas and the mountains. So his father made him a mechanical wing that helped him fly. But when his father disappears while fighting the Deviants, the young Ikaris seeks him out using the mechanical wings. Too inexperienced to fly on his own, he soars too high, loses consciousness in the upper atmosphere, and falls to his death. Finding his son dead, the Father Eternal takes the name of his son Ikaris in his memory. At some point during the early centuries, Ikaris and the Eternals come into conflict with the immortal mutant Apocalypse. We know how overpowered Apocalypse is, but Ikaris along with other Eternals manage to defeat him. In modern times, when the Celestials arrive on Earth, Ikaris succeeds in the mission with the aid of human archaeologist Dr. Daniel Diamond and his daughter Margot. Ikaris witnesses the arrival of the 4th Celestial host on Earth. He then publicly reveals himself as all Eternals do. He later battles a Cosmic Hulk robo and fights Domadon. During the fourth host, Valkyrian's son Derek captures and tortures Ikaris to force him to reveal the location of the Pyramid of the Winds. Ikaris catches up with the druid and kills him. Shortly after this, he encounters Thor for the first time, participates in a battle between the Eternals and the Olympian gods, and not long after that, he learns of the demise of Zuras, who was the prime Eternal of the Earth and leader of the Eternals. During his long lifetime, Ikaris attempts to be fair and just leader of the Eternals, but he has abandoned Eternal's tradition to take an active and public role in protecting the human race. He has even adopted a unique human identity by becoming a professional wrestler in the Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation. Ikaris and fellow Eternal Thena have had a strong dislike for each other, and they often find themselves coming to conflict, and things get worse when Thena is appointed as the Prime Eternal. We have already discussed about Thena, who is being played by Angelina Jolie in one of our previous videos. Once Thena is chosen to be the leader of the Eternals, Ikaris challenges her worthiness. Thena decides to face him in the Hall of the Eternal Judgment, where Ikaris manages to defeat her and thus becomes the new Prime Eternal. And with that, we'll bring this video to an end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming content.